This is Real News Media TV, coverage you can trust. Please like, share, subscribe, and hit the notification bell. Select all for daily news updates. Good morning, my Real News Media TV family. Thanks so much for tuning in this morning, and I'm wishing for everyone an awesome and a productive day. And in the news this morning, for January 3, 2023, Barbara charged for double murder at a bar on Maxfield Avenue. Barbara has been charged for a double murder which took place at a bar on Maxfield Avenue in St. Andrew last month. He is 30-year-old Tajay Freeman, otherwise called Weng, of Golden Heights in Kingston 14. He has been charged with 2 counts of murder, 1 count of wounding with intent, and illegal possession of firearm and ammunition. The police say about 8:10 p.m. on December 7, all 3 victims were inside the bar when 3 armed men entered and opened gunfire at patrons. When the shooting subsided, Marlon Kerr, otherwise called English, a 46-year-old bearer of Stanksters Crescent in Tivoli Gardens, and Natasha Douglas, otherwise called Tassie, a 35-year-old practical nurse of Melbrook Heights in Harborview, Kingston 17, were transported to hospital where they were pronounced dead. The 3rd victim was admitted for treatment. Freeman was taken into custody on December 29. He was charged following an interview in the presence of his attorney on Friday. 5 men charged for alleged possession of illegal gun and ammunition. 5 St. Anne men have been arrested and charged after a gun and ammunition were allegedly found in a vehicle in which they were traveling on Spanish Town Road, Kingston 14, on December 22. Among them are Jamala Vernon, otherwise called Bobby or Andrew Blacks, 24-year-old lifeguard of Blue Hole, Roy Stubbs, otherwise called Dex, 30-year-old laborer of Steertown. The others are Roger Case, otherwise called Chubby, 26-year-old of Hollywood, Steertown, Jason Denbor, otherwise called Travis, 25-year-old laborer of Hollywood, Steertown, and Alex McBean, 20-year-old laborer of Hollywood, Steertown. They have been charged with possession of a prohibited weapon, unauthorized possession of ammunition, and trafficking a prohibited weapon. Reports are that about 2:35 a.m. on December 22, the police were on patrol when the driver of a Toyota Mark X motorcar was signaled to stop. He complied and the vehicle was inspected, and a Glock pistol with a magazine fixed containing 6 rounds was found. The 5 occupants were arrested and subsequently charged. Gun salute leaves a woman with a bullet in chest. A Central Kingston mother of 2 was discharged from hospital yesterday, but will have to live with a bullet inside her chest after she was shot during an illegal New Year's Eve gun salute on Sunday. Jordan Sinclair, 34, told the news that 12:05 a.m. on New Year's Day was a closer call. "Me just come out of hospital. I was standing at the corner of Last Street and Gold Street watching the fireworks on the waterfront. Me I go move off and feel like something lick me. Me said to my friend, who fling something and lick me? That is how it feel," Sinclair said. After looking at the wound, her friend came to the conclusion that it was a gunshot and she was immediately rushed to the Kingston Public Hospital. "I did a CT scan yesterday and them said the bullet in my chest same way. The doctor said it can't move from where it is. Them say me have to live with it," Sinclair said. She is aware of the advisory from the police, which sternly warned against partaking in the illicit practice. "Same day me and my mother were talking about it," Sinclair said. She has 2 children, 18 and 7 years old. While she sat with our news team, her teen son looked at her as if he was glad his mother was still alive. "It makes me feel like I'm an idler. That's how me feel about it. When me reach hospital, the doctor and nurse them and say, me know a whole heap of gunshot people are going to come in here. Bare idlers, so me just feel like an idler. But me an idler, me just a look like everybody. Just that I did not go down to waterfront," Sinclair said. According to her, the usual thing to do on New Year's Eve is to stay on a housetop or by the corner and to watch the fireworks. Sinclair said that other residents were gathered where they could see the fireworks in plain sight. An employee of a manufacturing company, Sinclair was comforted by co-workers who visited her yesterday. The Central Kingston resident said she was not feeling any pain when the news visited with her, but will have to inform doctors there is a bullet inside her if she is to do any surgery in the future. Sinclair showed our news team the injury on her cell phone and said initially she thought it was just a flesh wound. The police said an elderly woman was in her bed in the Olympic Gardens area and got shot, as well as a teen who was watching the waterfront fireworks. I saw that lady come in while I was there. She got shot somewhere near her shoulder. She was in our house sleeping, Sinclair told the news. "Me not promise nobody say me go stay in," said Sinclair, who gave thanks for being alive, but noted that she will try to be in a safer place next time. Sinclair's mother, Marcia McPhee, was kept in the dark briefly because she is sickly. But when she did not get her usual Happy New Year greeting, she knew something was amiss. "Them hide it from me for a while because I am not well. I got a stroke near Christmas last year and my blood pressure is high. If she even out here on New Year come, she normally run come in and tell me, 'Mommy, Happy New Year,'" McPhee said. McPhee said she was shaken when she found out about her daughter's frightening encounter, but expressed gratitude to those who comforted her after the incident. One Twitter user took to social media thankful to be alive and injury-free after a bullet entered through his roof. "I think further awareness needs to be spread about gun salutes. New Year's Eve night will never be the same for me anymore. The idea behind staying home this year was to stay away from any possible drama. Now I don't feel safe at home on these nights. I almost got killed," Reed tweeted with a picture of the bullet in his hand. Another Twitter user responded to Reed saying he was not alone after experiencing a similar incident. Dennis Brooks, senior communications strategist with the police force, said there were 4 reports of injuries from illegal gun salutes. "I handled the case in Smokyville with a bullet through a windscreen. That happens quite often. Bullets in bonnet, roof, windscreen, etc., Brooks said. Despite the warning from the police and the targeted patrolling, explosions were heard across several communities at midnight and after to ring in the new year. Last year, the news reported that a child who is a sickle cell patient was shot while sleeping at his Nelson Road home in Kingston. Mavis Bank farmer killed in $100 dispute, another in police custody. One farmer is dead and another in police custody following a fight over $100 in West Ophelia District, Mavis Bank, St. Andrew on Monday morning. The dead man has been identified as 28-year-old Johnny Walker, otherwise called Teddy, a resident of the community. The other farmer is 21 years old. Police reported that on New Year's Eve night, Walker and the other farmer had a dispute over $100 while they gambled in West Ophelia Square. This led to a fight which residents intervened and departed. The police say around 9:30 on Monday morning, Walker was coming from a shop and heading to his bush with his machete in his hand when he confronted the suspect along School Road in the community. An altercation again developed, which led to a fight. During the fight, Walker was stabbed several times in his torso. He was taken to hospital, where he was pronounced dead. Police said the suspect, who was cut on his left hand and forehead, handed himself over to the Mavis Bank police station shortly after the incident. NRSC to meet with stakeholders on plan to reduce road crashes. The National Road Safety Council is scheduled to meet with stakeholders next Thursday to evaluate and plan the way forward to reduce motor vehicle crashes. A record of 488 people died as a result of motor vehicle crashes last year, compared with the 487 who perished in 2021. But the number of deaths for 2022 is likely to increase by the end of this month, as some people hospitalized due to crashes last year may succumb to their injuries. Dr. Lucien Jones, Vice Chairman of the National Road Safety Council, says the country has to respond to what he deems a national crisis. He said the meeting with stakeholders on Thursday will assess last year's road data to determine what tools can be used to improve the situation.
The National Road Safety Council has therefore scheduled an evaluation and planning meeting for next Thursday, January 12th. With the help of the special appointee from the Prime Minister, Minister Floyd Green, we are going to look very carefully at the data, look at what happened last year and what can be improved, look ahead to what tools will be given to us this year, and see if we can remodel the tools which we already have. Seek to find dedicated funding for the program for road safety in this country, and to examine all possibilities that will assist us in dealing with this national crisis. Everybody must be galvanized to reduce the carnage on our roads, the suffering and the pain, the cost to the health sector, and so many other aspects of road safety which impacts our development. It is a major issue in terms of public order, but it is equally a major issue for national development.
Don't forget to like, share, subscribe, and hit the notification bell. Select all for daily news updates.